MetroidVania, the label for epic, non-linear action games with open worlds to explore, new abilities to find, and maps that look like an ant's nest. These games were big in the 90s, with classics like Super Metroid and CastleVania Symphony of the Night literally defining the genre. These days, some of their concepts live on in the likes of Dark Souls, Tomb Raider, and Alien Isolation, but they've lost their purity. To be a real Metroidvania game, it's got to be 2D. It's got to be side-scrolling. And this is optional. It's got to be amazing. Luckily, there are some games that still fit the criteria, so let's check them out. Here are our top 5 modern Metroidvania games that aren't Metroid or Castlevania, you know, for variety's sake. Number 5. Dust: An Elysian Tale. Dust: An Elysian Tale is a stylish, polished throwback made with considerable heart and understanding of the genres it's working with. It doesn't push many boundaries, but as mostly the product of one man's work, it's an achievement in independent game design nevertheless. While the cutesy Disney art style might put off some, behind the surface is a dark story of amnesia and violence, peppered with engaging characters and pulse-pounding action. Number 4. Outland. Although it may look sparse, Outland is surprisingly complex thanks to its simple colour-changing mechanic. Borrowed from the amazing shmup Ikaruga, in Outland your character can shift at will from red to blue. Enemies, obstacles and the world around you are also coloured, so you need to be the right colour to interact with all of them. Throw all 3 elements into the same space and you'll suddenly be dodging projectiles of one colour, swapping to land on a platform of another, then swapping again to strike an enemy. With an ever-expanding range of movement and some spectacular boss fights, Outland is a modern Metroidvania that feels dedicated to the old school. Number 3. Guacamelee. These days, gimmick is almost a dirty word, but Guacamelee is pile-driving proof that it shouldn't be. Guacamelee's gimmick is Mexico. You know, sombreros, tequila, siestas, ponchos, piñatas, colourful skulls, tacos, Catholicism, El Presidentes, and goats? In other words, Mexican culture as filtered through over 50 years of pop culture. Yes, a lot of what makes it stand out is superficial, but it's also surprisingly sincere. The game is a love letter, a celebration of Mexico, and a tribute to the games of the past. It's an experience awash with colour, song, and a bold personality we'll never forget. Simply put, a champion. Number 2. Shadow Complex. Shadow Complex is one of the jewels in the Xbox Live Arcade. It's a successful new brew of an old formula, made with love and a deep understanding of classic game design. It may struggle under a cliched story, but that's only secondary to the pure thrill of exploration, which is something that Shadow Complex does very, very well. It's by far the closest game on this list in spirit and execution to the seminal Super Metroid, so if you're looking for some unique thrills with brains and brawn, you'll find it here. Number 1. Ori and the Blind Forest. The newest title on this list is also the best, and easily one of the most beautiful games ever made. Ori's got more than good looks though. Behind the Disney-ish veneer is a challenging, platforming-focused Metroidvania supported by tight controls and tighter level design. One feature it abandons is a traditional save system. Instead, Ori can create saves wherever she likes, if she has enough energy. It's a system that manages to be convenient and stressful at the same time, an impressive evolution of the genre after all these years. So there you go, 5 modern Metroidvanias that aren't Metroid or Castlevania. For all the games the classics ever inspired, these are the purest and, in our opinion, the best.
This video has been brought to you by Jinx TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out these other videos. Also, if you want to see more of our shows, check out our website, jinx.tv.